government, our courts, haven't looked like America. And I believe it's time that we have a court that reflects the full talents and greatness of our nation, with a nominee of extraordinary qualifications. My nominee for the United States Supreme Court is Judge Ketanji Jackson.
And if I'm fortunate enough to be confirmed as the next Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, I can only hope that my life and career, my love of this country and the Constitution, and my commitment to upholding the rule of law and the sacred principles upon which this great nation was founded will inspire future generations of Americans.
Good evening, Black people and all allies fighting for Black liberation, Black prosperity, and Black joy. I'm Charles Blow, and welcome to Prime. For nearly 2 centuries, the Supreme Court was composed entirely of white men. There have only ever been 2 Black justices and 5 female justices in the history of the court, and there's only been 1 Hispanic justice who is a woman. On the Supreme Court and on every level of the federal judiciary, Black women have been dramatically underrepresented for the 233-year history of the court, but today, for the first time, a Black woman has been nominated to serve on that court, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. Her nomination fulfills Biden's campaign promise to place a Black woman on the highest court in the land. As the slated successor to Justice Stephen Breyer, Jackson's position on the court would also mean that the entire liberal wing of the court would be 100% female. As a current judge on the powerful appeals court circuit, considered a launching pad to the Supreme Court, Jackson enters the confirmation process with elite credentials. She's a 2-time Harvard graduate and a former editor of the Harvard Law Review. She also clerked for Justice Breyer. Jackson is a leading expert on federal sentencing policy, having served as vice chair of the U.S. Sentencing Commission. After being appointed by President Obama in 2010, the commission reduced the sentences of 12,000 drug offenders and enabled 1,800 inmates to be released immediately. If confirmed to the Supreme Court, Jackson would also make history in another way, as the court's first public defender. At the Federal Public Defender's Office in D.C., Jackson represented disadvantaged clients, including detainees held in Guantanamo Bay. She would be the only justice since Thurgood Marshall to have significant experience representing criminal defendants. Jackson is very likely to be confirmed by the Senate. Democrats unanimously affirmed her appointment to the appeals court in June, as did 3 Republicans, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Lindsey Graham. Today, however, Graham acted like we don't have receipts and called Jackson's nomination a takeover by the radical left. But thanks to Mitch McConnell in 2017, the Senate filibuster for Supreme Court nominees is a thing of the past, so Graham's support isn't necessarily crucial. Republicans moved at top speed in 2020 to confirm Donald Trump's last Supreme Court pick. Time will tell if Democrats can do the same for President Biden's, allowing her to shatter one of the nation's highest glass ceilings. Joining me now to discuss, Janai Nelson, incoming president of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, and Brittany Cooper, professor of women's studies at Rutgers University and a BNC contributor. Janai, Judge Jackson also noted today in her speech that she shares a birthday with Constance Baker Motley, the first Black woman ever to be appointed as a federal judge. Jackson said that she stands on Motley's shoulders and shares her commitment to equal justice under the law. Talk to us about the historical significance of what has happened here today.
Well, today is a day that marks an incredible, pivotal moment in our history. We have the first Black woman to be nominated to the Supreme Court. And one thing that her nomination did that was so extraordinary was that it exposed all of the many qualified and overqualified Black women lawyers who are out there who really could have been nominated along with her. We only get one, so she was it, and she is an exceptional choice. But I am so grateful that she referenced Judge Constance Baker Motley. She is a former iconic litigator at the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. She was a trailblazer in her own right, being the first Black woman borough president in New York, the first Black woman in the state Senate in New York, and the first Black woman federal judge, which is a huge accomplishment. And it is right that Judge Jackson says that she stands on Constance Baker Motley's shoulders. And this entire process has allowed us to understand the contributions of Black women and Black women lawyers in particular to our judiciary and to our democracy.
Brittany, on a structural level, her appointment and confirmation, assuming that it happens, won't change the balance of the court. But what will her experience as a public defender and her expertise on federal sentencing reform bring to the court?
You know, that has been the narrative that we've sort of told. It will not change the ideological balance, no, but the weightiness and the gravitas that Black women carry as keepers of the moral conscience of the country, as defenders of the Constitution, will certainly bring a kind of gravitas and integrity back to this court that is already embattled in the public perception. Here you have a person who, you know, is not beset by some of the same critiques that attended to the vice president around being a prosecutor. You have a public defender who is very solid on a range of progressive issues, has, you know, a solid record defending abortion activists against attacks by, abortion providers against attacks by anti-abortion activists, has been on the side of keeping the Trump administration from fast-tracking deportations. And we know that lots of undocumented folks are Black folks, right, who are immigrating from Black countries around the world. And all of the work on sentencing reform is really important in this moment where criminal justice reform is at the core of a kind of progressive agenda. Those are issues that have disproportionately negative impacts on Black communities. And I'm happy to say that her record is very solid in defense of rights that attend to and that make life more democratic and inclusive, and that offer more protections for Black communities. That's really important. But I also think that when sometimes we underestimate Black women. So yes, I'm looking at the numbers, but I also know that Black women are a bellwether of social change. She is in an unprecedented position in this moment. And I do think that she is going to, you know, be on the front lines of a culture shift here of bringing a Black progressive perspective to this court. To be clear, that has not been on the court since I was a little girl, since Thurgood Marshall was there. Yes, we've had a Black person on the court, but he has been quite frankly, the most conservative justice. So we haven't actually seen what like Black liberal or Black progressive rulings look like on the Supreme Court for a generation. That is highly significant, and we shouldn't let the sort of numbers game overshadow that.
Janai, there will be a confirmation hearing. There will be tough questions. There will be pushback. There will be opposition. What shape do you think that will take for Jackson?
Well, we know that so much of the work that Congress is doing in the moment, if it works at all, has been highly politicized and highly divisive. We've already seen signals just in the less than 24 hours since the announcement of this nomination. We've seen partisan signals that tend to try to undermine the credibility and the qualifications of Judge Jackson. The good thing is her record is so unassailable in terms of how qualified she is for this position that none of those missives will land and do any significant damage. They will just reveal what we know to be the case, and that is whenever Black women are trying to assert themselves as leaders in this country and be clear that they are equal, if not more qualified than those who try for the same positions, that they're met with blowback. And I think she will be prepared for that. And we, those who support her nomination, will be prepared to defend her as well. But there's no question in my mind that she will, in fact, be confirmed. She was confirmed just recently to the D.C. Circuit Court, which is one of the most esteemed appellate courts in this country. And there's no reason, with the votes that she received, all of the Democratic votes, 3 Republican votes, just a few years ago onto the D.C. Circuit Court, the only thing that could possibly change that calculus would be a clearly politicized partisan effort to thwart her appointment. And of course, we know, as you pointed out in your opening, we actually don't need those votes in order to get her appointed. So there's no worry, but she really does deserve to have a fair hearing, and she deserves to have the support of everyone who supported her on the DC Circuit Court nomination and then some. She is more than qualified for this position.
Brittany, let's stay on those numbers a little bit. Do you expect her to be able to hold on to at least the 3 Republican votes that she received during her last confirmation hearing?
I think that Republicans have learned how to use Supreme Court nominations as a political football to appeal to their base, and I think that's why you see Lindsey Graham coming out and being duplicitous today. And we've seen Ben Sass was also interviewed earlier today and was duplicitous about what his support would be for this nomination as well. So no, I expect them to play all kinds of political games, which is super interesting because as you noted, this doesn't change the ideological makeup. So this seems like a perfectly easy reason for them to play nice, but they sort of have this narrative about not wanting to give Democrats an inch. And so what I'm sort of self-soothing with as we get ready for the shenanigans is that I'm perfectly fine having a Black woman vice president be the tie-breaking vote to put the first Black woman on the Supreme Court. That is why we fought so hard to make sure that we had control so that it mattered in these moments when Republicans could not be counted on to do the right thing. But I think Janai is absolutely right. She's going to be confirmed. There is no question. And sometimes I think we've got to not let Republicans control the narrative. This is not about them. This is not about their support. This is about the fact that that Biden fulfilled a promise that he made to Black communities. That's very important. Also important is that she is eminently qualified, knocks every qualification out of the water, and shows that as I said earlier today on the network, right? People always have this argument that there are never enough qualified Black candidates to diversify, and this whole pool of Black women candidates proves that there is more than enough qualified Black people for almost anything you want in this country if you bother to take the time to look for them.
Janai Nelson and Brittany Cooper, thank you both for joining me tonight. I appreciate your time.